Hey everyone, JNN here. Happy Sunday evening to all of you. Hope you've all had a really good weekend. Hope your team's doing well in the NCAA tournament. Hope your NFL team is signing the right free agents. And hope your favorite MLB team is off to a great start in spring training, since it looks like baseball is going to happen this year. Very cool. I'm excited about that. I just wanted to make a quick video to discuss really the two PCs that are, I would say, newly established PCs. Guys have collected a little bit here and there, but there's going to be a conscious effort now to build up these two PCs. So I want to discuss who they are, why I'm doing it. That way it's not just like an empty, well, I think you should collect this guy, so, go collect him. Having said that, they're both, the one guy's a lot more popular in his sport than maybe the other, but I guess it just depends who you ask. Want to give a real quick shout out to B2 Sports Hub. It's a card shop in Charlotte, Michigan, about 25 miles southwest of Lansing, if that helps any of you geographically. They do a lot of Facebook breaks, so B2 Sports Hub, check them out. This coming weekend, this Saturday, March 26th, taking my wife and kids to the airport at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and they are going down to Florida for spring break. I'm going to spend some time with my wife's family down there. I have some work commitments, work things that I need to stay back for, but I'm going to take them down to the airport early Saturday morning, and then come home, let the dog out, and then I'm going to head down to the Shipshewana show in Indiana. It's about 2 hours from my house, so it's not real bad, but there is also a show in Lansing that day, so if you are in this area, in the mid-Michigan area, I would encourage you to head to that. I'm certainly not trying to avoid that at all, but one thing in this hobby, especially in this day and age of online, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, a lot of different avenues. You can deal in cards, you can learn about cards, you can get a bunch of different perspectives from people, but there's nothing like a face-to-face meeting interaction, getting to shake someone's hand, give them a fist bump, whatever, just say, hey, it's really nice to meet you, thank you for everything you do for this hobby. Really, a couple individuals I want to meet this weekend. One is Card Collector 2. Never met the guy, but seems like just a great guy. Does a lot of really great things for the hobby, so really excited about that one. The other one is Neo Cards and Comics, Northeast Ohio. If you are not subscribed, really, to either one of them, Card Collector 2 or Neo, NEO, Northeast Ohio, Cards and Comics, please, leave my video right now. It's really nothing all that special. Go subscribe to those guys. Great content. It's a good listen. Probably 5 to 6 days a week. So, I think I would be kind of a fool to think that you're probably not following them already. But if you're not, some really great content there. So, looking forward to meeting those guys this weekend. My older son heard that I was going to attend the show, and instead of going to Florida, he wanted to cancel his ticket and go with me because he's a big Card Collector 2 fan. So, Ryan, if for some insane reason you see this, man, my kid's really going to miss meeting you, but oh well. So, no, I've actually got a couple Brutus the Buckeye cards I was going to see if you would sign for them, but don't want to disappoint too bad there. So, what am I really looking to collect? The St. Louis Cardinals PC is not going anywhere. Still have a lot of that stuff, picking up Goldschmidt, Carlson stuff still. So that's not going anywhere. But, what else do I want to collect? And semi-invest. So I've come up with a couple players that I think are pretty safe investments. and worthwhile. So, with all this crazy free agent market in the NFL, what's going on right now? I mean, a lot of teams need a good quarterback. The Cleveland Browns just gave up 3 first-round picks, I believe a 3rd-round pick and a 4th-round pick to Houston to acquire Deshaun Watson, who may or may not be facing an NFL suspension and is still working through some civil litigation issues related to those 22 charges that were brought forth against him, the woman associated with those. So let's just say teams are fairly desperate to get a good quarterback. A lot of QB movement, not a lot of QBs available. So what's really happened? Well, let's see. Deshaun Watson went to the Browns. Russell Wilson went to the Broncos. The AFC's loaded. And credit to Neo Cards and Comics, just mentioned him earlier, did a great video on this. And being in Northeast Ohio, he's a Cleveland Browns fan, so he's really discussing this from a kind of a Baker Mayfield perspective, but also the Deshaun Watson perspective. But, all of these AFC teams, for years to come, they're just going to beat each other up. A lot of great quarterbacks. I mean, Burrow, Herbert, Josh Allen, a lot of these young guys, Deshaun Watson, a lot of these young, solid quarterbacks still have a long ways to go. But are there really any of them that can start a dynasty for their team, win multiple Super Bowls, win consecutive Super Bowls, basically pull a Tom Brady? And maybe, but tell me that it's going to happen. Tell me who it is and tell me when it's going to happen. Good luck. Look at the NFC. Well, Stafford looks pretty good. You got the Brady guy down in Tampa, but his cart price is already through the roof. So, if you get something of his, you may want to hold on to it. But by and large, certainly not the depth or quality of good quarterbacks in the NFC. So what does that mean? Well, that means the likelihood of a good quarterback leading his team to a Super Bowl is greater than that in the AFC. I went through a little exercise this last week, and what I did is I looked at all of the 2021 quarterback stats in the NFL for quarterbacks. Let's see. Obviously, passing yards, touchdowns, interceptions, all that. But then, I really appreciate the passing component of the quarterback position. These young quarterbacks that run a lot, hats off to them. All the respect in the world for their ability to run and pass. That's a great skill. But what's really going on? Quarterback throws for 4,500, 5,000 yards. Is that really true? What I did is I took total passing yards. I backed off, first of all, took each quarterback's passing yards as a percentage of their team's total passing yards. So if there were guys that missed games, I didn't want to take all of the yak away from their passing yards, just that percentage. It's not a perfect comparison, it's far from it, but it's a basis, right? So basically what I wanted to get is, independent of yak, how many passing yards does this quarterback have per completion? and what is their completion rate. So if you think about it, the longer a quarterback passes, the lower you would expect their completion rate to be. If I'm throwing from me to someone 5 yards away from me, I should hit them pretty consistently. If I'm throwing 10 to 15 yards to that person, I'm still going to hit them. I mean, if I'm an NFL quarterback, I can still pass the ball, but not with the same accuracy, not without defenses being able to adjust as quickly, to where the pass is going. I'm going to complete fewer of those passes, in theory. So when you take out the yards after catch, which I credit more to the receiver than anything. I mean, certainly, where the quarterback places the ball is key. I want to throw the ball to where my receiver can catch it and give him the greatest opportunity to turn and go upfield. So I'm looking at the highest yards per completion, independent of yak. I'm looking for a high completion percentage and really a high touchdown to interception rate. So where does that leave me? There again, I looked at all the quarterbacks for 2021. There were a number of them that were in the top 10 in each of those categories in the NFL. And so, high yards per completion, high completion rate, and their touchdown interception rate was quite high. Okay, cool. So let's look at that list. I'm going to start really at the bottom alphabetically here. I want to discuss really, the ones that covered all three. And it's really a fairly short list. There's, some guy named Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay. May have heard of him. It's pretty good. And there's a guy named Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. Okay, he's pretty good. And there's one more. And you might sit there and say, oh, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's the GOAT. Everybody loves Tom Brady. It's not Tom Brady. You might throw out Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert or Josh Allen. Great guesses. No. The third quarterback that meets the top 10 in all three of those is Kyler Murray. 24 years old, threw for about 3,800 total yards. There again, we take out the yak, and it's just under 2,300. I'm sorry. No. Let's see here. Sorry, I really nerded out on the spreadsheet here. I think it's pretty cool. But long story short, about 5.6 yards per completion. That's air yards, which is really quite high. I mean, most guys are somewhere in that, 4 to 7 range. Just a couple guys over 6. So 5.6 is pretty good. Completion rate, 69.2%. Joe Burrow was at 70.4%, and Kyler may have been second in the league last year. Yeah, at 69.2%. And then touchdown and interception, 2.4. And I mean, we watch Kyler enough, we know he runs a little bit too. So he's on Arizona, which is a good team. Now, having said that, they are starting to get a little bit older, but they still seem to be in a pretty good position. Kyler's agent kind of expressed some frustration with the organization. Whatever, this happens all the time. All it really is I want to get paid. Guess what? The guy's going to get paid. I mean, and he deserves to. Going back to that touchdown to interception rate, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, in 2021. I played 14 games, so not that really interferes with the ratio, but as far as the yardage, total yards that I shared earlier, I mean, he missed a few games in 2021. So, Kyler Murray. Rookies are fairly cheap. Thankfully, I didn't make any moves, but like this. Sorry. I think the camera's going the other way here. Donruss Canvas rookie. I considered selling this a few months ago. Just wasn't too excited to have it. And, man, or these. This is a great product here. Donruss Elite. These are rookies, base rookies. They're numbered to $6.99. And these things go for like $20 to $25 on eBay. I mean, this guy's, I would say, one of the better quarterbacks in the game. Top 10 for sure. Young guy, plays for a good team. Former number 1 overall pick. So, I mean, the pedigree's there. To me, this is just, it makes sense. I did just pick up last night it's made by Chronicles, but it's the studio rookie of Kyler in a PSA 10 for around $45, which I thought that was pretty good. I love the look of those cards anyhow, but yeah. So Kyler Murray, that's really the newest PC I have right now, but look forward to building that up. So that's the football one. Really excited about that. Now we're going to flip over to baseball. Like I said, I brought this up maybe a week or so ago, I think. I shared this in a video, but talking about a guy who's let's see. He is 23 years old. Really, this will be his age 23 season. Birthday was in October. And let's see. Second Rookie of the Year voting. That was back in 2018. He's been in the top 10 in MVP voting 2019, 2020, and 2021. Home run numbers, 34 in 2019. Hit 22 his rookie year. Not bad. In 414 at-bats. 34 in his second year. 13 in 2020, which was obviously shortened by COVID. In about 150 at-bats. So maybe a little more than a quarter of a season. Somewhere in there. So, yeah, 13 homers. And then in 2021, 29 homers. So, I mean, this guy is 30, I would say 3,100 every year. 100 runs as well. Struck out 93 times in 2021 while walking 145 times. So, I mean, normally it's kind of the, maybe the other way around for a lot of guys. Batting average in the rookie year was 292. Hit 282 in his second year, 351. There again, short season, 2020, 351. Hit 313 in over 500 at-bats. There again, 145 walks, so those do not count as at-bats. On-base percentage was, 465. 465 on-base percentage in 2021. Probably all know who this is by now. It's Juan Soto. And, unlike Kyler, Juan Soto cards are, they're a little pricey now. But this guy, I believe, has what it takes to be the greatest hitter ever. It's for average. It's for power. Stolen base numbers, he might steal 10 bases in a normal year. It's not bad. The only knock on him right now is he plays for a terrible team. Traded away everything except for him. But if he's going to be their foundation, like I said, he's 23 years old. Okay? He's at 98 home runs in his career. And there again, 2020 was between a quarter and a third of the season. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, so obviously probably the most common rookie is the 2018 Topps update. And this is something I just picked up a couple weeks ago. Topps Fire Auto, and that is numbered out of 50. I guess you can see it there. Here we go. 23 of 50. So when I go to Shipshewana this weekend, that's really what I'm looking for. Kyler Murray, Juan Soto. If I see a cool Goldschmidt or something, cool Dylan Carlson, and if the deal's right, then I'll make it. But I feel like it's really time to start thinking strategically about where I want my collection to head. You know, you think about like Mickey Mantle. Many would argue, and probably rightly so, that he's the greatest hitter of his era. And, you know, what's that got to do with his cards? Well, his cards are very, very expensive. So, you know, you get a generational guy, and you're able to pick up a lot of stuff of him, numbered stuff. That's the other thing. And I showed the Topps update rookie of Soto there, but, you know, and I think it's cool for a Soto collector to have that. But you want, you know, lower pop stuff, numbered stuff, game use stuff, autos, stuff that you can't just go up to any table at a show and get. I mean, it's reasonable, right? So, yeah, really that's what I'm going to try and focus this collection around. Yes, I want to have the important stuff, but at the end of the day, I want it to also be unique. So, if you have any of this stuff, you're looking to trade, I would love to make a deal with you. Reach out to me there again, at JNN Collectors on Twitter, JNN Collectors on Instagram. I would love, love, love to make a deal with you. Let me know what you're looking for. Let me know what you got. Also, let me know what value you're placing on what you have. That way I know, you know, really if it's worth going after, and also what I need to find in order to make a deal with you. So that's all I got for this video. I hope you all have a great week. Hope you really find what you want to collect. And also, you know, leave it. This is what you can do. Leave this in the comments. What are you collecting moving forward? It can be any sport. It can be like F1, soccer, anything like that. I'm certainly not going to understand that as well. But I would love to hear what it is you want to collect. And then, you know, how are you going about that? Why are you doing this? You know, not just, oh, well, I'm collecting Ronald Acuna Jr. Well, why? Well, I live in Atlanta and I really like watching him play. Okay, that's awesome. Or I think he's going to come back from injury and be really great. That's awesome. It's cool. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's just kind of fun, right? So I collect Paul Goldschmidt and Dylan Carlson because I like the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm going to start collecting Juan Soto and Kyler Murray because I like the players. But B, I think they're long-term career-oriented or career stats and accolades and everything like that. I think they're going to be really good. I think Kyler has the ability to lead the Cardinals to a Super Bowl. I think that Juan Soto, he already has a World Series under his belt. He's already been in the top 10 in MVP voting 3 times. He's probably going to get there at some point, be the MVP. Guy's just a crazy good player. Just a lot of fun to watch. So, yeah. Again, hope you all have a great week. If you're going to be at the Shipshewana show, you know, hit me up. Love to meet you. Talk with you for a few minutes. And also, that's another thing you can leave in the comments. if you are going to the Shipshewana show, let me know who you see, and I will try and put together some, little team bags with cards of your favorite team, player, whatever. And if you meet me up at the show, or meet up with me at the show, then I can be yours. It's kind of my token of appreciation for you following up and saying hi. And then, it's just a great connection we can make. So like the video if you wouldn't mind. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And we will talk to you again soon. Bye.